Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Got another shave of the day. And today we're going to be doing something new. I was saying I had a whole bunch of PAA stuff coming in. Well, I do. Here it is. We got Twee that comes in here from Phoenix Artisan Accouterments. All right, this scent on this is very green. Kind of, I guess it's the Irish tweed, I guess is what they call it. But to me, it's in near, let's say, Irish Spring. When you smell if you ever smell Irish Spring soap, I like using aloe, and it's very close to being the aloe soap scent, because there's a slight difference, I think, between the standard original Irish Spring and then the aloe. There's a little bit of difference in between there. And then when you get this on the lathered up, and it's oozing everywhere there, you definitely get that rich green scent, grassy, more of a grassy note to it. It's pleasant. The scent, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably around a 3, maybe it'd be pushing it if I said it was a 4. It's not that strong. When you have it on when it's in the tub, it's one thing. But once you lather it up, it just kind of goes away. Not very strong at all. So if you're not into strong scent, because I'm not a really high strong scent kind of guy, it works pretty good. All right. We also have man, I got soap everywhere. It's all over my razor. We got the Star Razor today, and we're going to use some Gillette Wilkinson blades with that. This is a family heirloom from my grandfather, so I always like to break it out every once in a while and use it. So it's going to be in a rotation. All right, I need a little moisture on the face here right now. Have a little bit of Barbasol on the face to add a little bit of slickness. That seems to be works pretty good for me when it comes to adding a little initial slickness as you're. Wow, this stuff is, maybe I got a little too much. Wow, it's all over the counter now, making a mess. So, yeah, it seems to work out. I think I got the consistency right. It's just maybe just slightly on too wet and drippy. As Jeff likes to say, it's a little drippy. That happens. You get it just wrong. The last time I'd always dribble water into my bowl, and last time I put a little too much into it. And it's like when it dropped off, it immediately goes right to the razor, so my razor was just covered in soap. But let's get this show rolling. So I just had a flashback to Tool Time, Home Improvement with Tim Allen. He had that one episode where he was drooling down the river. Like, I don't know why that popped in my head. Like, yeah, the Wilkinson blade is working. And not bad for razor blades. Especially with this one. This is a little bit more of aggression when it comes to a razor. It's not what I would call aggressive by any means. It's just a slight amount. A little bit more. So you can get away with a slightly less aggressive blade in it. I always found that the more aggressive your razor is, the less aggressive you have to worry about your blades. more mild, you can go with more aggressive, because it's, you want something to knock off the beard. This scent reminds me, well, when I was just a lad. First time I ever smelled Irish Spring. We were over visiting someone. I think I was like 4 years old at the time, if I remember right. We were living in Little Falls. We just moved to Minnesota. Living in Little Falls, Minnesota. And the backyard, you look out the window of the back door and you can see the Mississippi River. It was in our backyard. And my mom was always like, "You can't go out in the backyard, you'll drown." Like, that's always remembered terror of water, because I was like, as a young lad, he was like thinking, if I step out in the yard, the river will grab me and suck me over and it will drown me. That was what, and I would die. Like, terror of water. Thanks, Mom. Not connecting the fact that if you go in the backyard and you get in the river, you might get drowned. But, you know, things you think when you're a young lad. Not putting two and two together. Yeah, definitely. I think there's a slight, you know, if you get green grass, like in a bergamot, I think it is. That's what I'm smelling. Maybe that's the heather. I don't know. There it is. Like, what'd I do with my razor? Like, during that time, my dad worked at Lund Boats. He would come home and he would smell like plastic, fiberglass and stuff, resin. Just, you know, putting together boats, fiberglass. That was also, living in that house was the first time I ever had bugles. I was hooked on bugles ever since. I like those things. We were, I remember, I was like, these are cool, and you stick them on your fingers, and you're like, claws. And they tasted really good too. But I can't eat those things very much anymore. Too much sugar. You realize how much sugar is in those things? It's like ridiculous. It's a salt and sweet and salty type thing going on with bugle. I'm not sure if they had that much sugar in them in the past, but nowadays it's like, good gosh. I think a lot of it is that manufacturers no longer have a lot of oils in there, so they have to put a lot of sugar to make it palatable, I guess. Not good. Not good at all. Too much sugar in there, all of our food nowadays. It's a nice scent. this sink a little bit. Man, I got water everywhere. I'm a sloppy shaver. It's like water, water, water everywhere, and not a drop you should drink. Rhyme of the ancient mariner. That's a little stinger. That's a few spots. Like I said, this is a little more aggressive razor. So it's attacking my bumps. Man. Stuck that all right up my nose. It's more or less now turned more into a, you get more of a soapy scent coming out of it. I think what it is, it's kind of a, your nose gets used to it, so I'm trying to put it in words. So the scent is not really strong, so the soap scent, you know, typically when you smell like a Dove or something like that, where you get it's not really a strong scent, but you still smell the soap aspect of it. I think that's part of what I'm smelling right now. Boy, I can really hear that blade swing, swing. The one thing about this razor, it does give a lot of feedback sound. Come on. Can't shave with the side of the razor. Got a few spots right there. Takes work. Trying to get them to. There we go. You gotta go and take here, attack the swirl. Yeah. I think that was, just trying to think of the year. Let's see, that was 68. Yeah, it would have been about 1968. So was it 69 that we had the moon landing? And I remember sitting in front of the TV watching the moon landing as a young lad. And that was a big thing where they used to broadcast that. It was like for a few times that they did it. It was always on TV. And all the other, you'd be in front of the TV watching nightly news. Well, Walter Cronkite. One thing, as a kid, I always liked watching the news and see what was going on in the world. I was fascinated by the world, what was going on in it. Always have been. I've decided with all these slightly more aggressive razors that I have, that when I do, I'm not going to go against the grain on my upper lip anymore. Or at least consciously not. Because I got these couple bumps right here and there that all I do is end up shaving them off. It hurts. All right. We got it. Well, it's not a strong scent, so I'm just like, when I first smelled this, I'm like, man, what would go with this? And I decided just to go with Avon Wild Country. It's a little sting in here, right there, right in that usual spot. But it's a nice little combination. You get the green, and this brings out sort of a more of the, it's like the Wild Country. I'm getting more of the citrus coming off of that now. Because before you had more of the grassy fern type scent coming off the Twee, so you had that coming across. So now we added a different scent. They married up, and then the only thing that's coming out of it is more of the fern citrus scent coming off with the Wild Country. But I don't know if I showed you. That's a nice little green color. Nice little scent. All right, so we got a couple more PAA soaps coming out here soon. Got a couple more, but that was the Star Razor with some Gillette Wilkinson blades. And that was the shave of the day. Hope you guys like it. So hit the little subscribe button down below. Stick around. And we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.